And now the ASEAN way, right hand over the left. Thank you, Excellencies. You may kindly take your seats.
This year, ASEAN and Timor-Leste have come a long way in welcoming our neighbor into the ASEAN family. The adoption of guidelines for facilitating Timor-Leste's participation in ASEAN legal instruments marks a historic milestone in that journey. Welcoming this young democracy strengthens not only our collective resolve, but also our capacity to meet future challenges together. And indeed, our organization is expanding in more ways than one. Earlier this year, Algeria and Uruguay acceded to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. Soon, Finland will also accede to the treaty, raising the total number of high contracting parties to 58 and underscoring our growing reputation as a globally respected center of dialogue and a trusted partner for peace. Excellencies, in the eyes of the international community, ASEAN has stood as a beacon of neutrality and a safe harbor amid geopolitical turbulence. Regardless of the uncertainties and the great power rivalries that have cast their long shadows across global trade, this region has remained steadfast and productive. Economically, our collective vision remains strong. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, and the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, DIFA, continue to deepen integration, strengthen supply chains, and attract global investment. The border conflicts between our neighbors this year has understandably opened some anxiety within the ASEAN community. It reminds us the fragility of peace. Fortunately, thanks to tireless mediation efforts, tensions have since de-escalated. We commend both countries for choosing the path of diplomacy and dialogue to resolve their differences. As Chair, Malaysia is humbled by the trust placed in us to facilitate these efforts, and we remain fully committed to supporting both countries. We are encouraged by progress and look forward to the signing of the formal ceasefire agreement and the establishment of the ASEAN Observers Team during this summit. The same unity must be shown in another critical pressure point, the South China Sea. Open but firm and consolidated engagement must be the driving force of our approach to resolving this issue. And as ASEAN country coordinator for China from August 2024 to July 2027, Malaysia remains committed to advocating for our collective interests, particularly in advancing the code of conduct in the South China Sea. We look forward to all parties involved, both ASEAN member states and ASEAN dialogue partners, to remember that geography binds us all. Regional security must be at the forefront of all that we do. For the past 2 years, the world has borne witness to the unspeakable suffering endured by the Palestinians in Gaza, a tragedy marked by devastating loss of life, mass displacement, and the systematic erosion of hope and dignity. ASEAN welcomes efforts to establish a cessation of violence in Gaza in the first phase of President Trump's comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. This development marks an important step forward, and we hope that it will ultimately lead to the realization of the Palestinian people's right to self-determination and the establishment of a sovereign and independent state of Palestine.